Something honestly just triggered me this week that I wanted to bring up to you guys just to find like what your perspective is this, because I'm totally dead serious about this one. I noticed on GameSpot and Kotaku, they both ran the same article quoting some analyst, because there's always some a-hole analyst telling the industry what they think, and they don't even play video games or know anything, but saying that we could, quote, save the games industry by raising the prices. And that triggered me because I don't understand why these blogs that should be doing responsible journalism are constantly trying to push price hikes for us. Here's an example. I pulled the articles both from Kotaku and GameSpot. I want to read from the Kotaku one. It's the article, Could Pricing Grand Theft Auto 6 at $100 Help Save the Game Industry? And this is written by Ethan Gotch. It says, the price of games has barely budged in 2 decades. Video games have never been more prevalent or elaborate, but the industry that creates them is currently facing unprecedented headwinds among spiraling costs, intense competition, and stagnating player base. A new market analyst suggests that, and there's always a marketing analyst, suggests that breaking the current $70 price barrier on games could help solve some of these challenges, and that Grand Theft Auto 6 could be the one to do it. Quote, in 2025, GTA 6's impact on player hours and revenues will be mixed as it launches console only and severely cannibalizes hours/spend that would go to other titles, end quote. Reads a slide from venture capitalist analyst and author Matthew Ball's presentation, The State of Video Gaming in 2025. But there is hope that Take-Two will price GTA 6 at $80 or even $100, thereby breaking a key price barrier and enabling the rest of the market to move up too. This prospect is one of several factors Ball thinks could help contribute to the future growth of the gaming industry, alongside things like PC gaming, handhelds, the Switch 2, and new genres and franchises, and overhauls to mobile marketplace regulation. Take-Two might not need the extra money, but raising the price of GTA 6 could give cover to other companies so that they can raise their prices as well. The increasingly hollowed out middle ground could go from charging 40 and 50 to 60 and 70, so the reasoning goes. Then again, in the current zero-sum environment, raising the price cap could also just drive even more money away from smaller companies and lesser-known franchises. This isn't the first time that someone's brought up the idea of GTA 6 potentially breaking the current $70 price barrier, and then they go on to quote Take-Two CEO, who is the publisher, Strauss Zelnick, being ambiguous and excited about pricing options. I don't want to even talk about the rest of the article because I'm already triggered enough, if you can't tell from the sarcasm that I've been reading and the tone that I've been reading this article in. The problem here is they fail to note that these companies are making more money on digital games, and the fact that they're not having to ship these things to stores. They are making much more money now on microtransactions than they've ever made before. There is no doubt that the industry is having a rough time right now with game costs and that sort of stuff happening. I do acknowledge that. But this solution of the most popular game charging more money is ridiculous. Why give more money to rich people? This is the exact same thing as trickle-down economics. And we know for a fact that the more money you give rich people, the more money rich people take. It doesn't trickle down. This is the most ridiculous thing. And I think it's insulting that these supposedly gamer blogs that are looking out for gamers and are staffed by gamers are putting out articles that are justifying price increases. And I don't think it's going to happen now. But what they are doing as they're kind of getting the conversation started so that when the next generation happens, you can bet your ass we're going to be paying $80 per game. And that's truly what pisses me off, because they're supposed to be allies, but instead they're defending the corporations and they're justifying price increase where I don't see it's necessary. So sorry, a little bit triggered on that one, but I wanted to get all that out. And maybe it's just me. So I would love to hear from you guys and see, what is your perspective? Maybe you can shine some light on something that I'm not thinking of that can help me calm down.
Well, no, I love when Dan's locked in. Like, let
I
me
know,
just
I do
get
too.
Dan locked in all the time. Well, I hate to say it, but this is just more proof that these gaming journalist blogs are totally owned by these gaming companies that already exist. So they just tell them, hey, we want to raise these prices. can we just get this like random analysis up and then you can quote it and then we can all run with it and then it won't be a surprise when we just say, hey, this game's now $100. So that I think there's a lot of back and forth going on where I just think that they don't want you to really talk about that much. And then also, I would love the article that is the counterpoint and the proof that the $70 game doesn't work. We can't just say like this $100 game is going to do it. Like, okay, well, what happened to the $70 game and what has that done? I'm sure there's companies out there that are making money hand over fist. Even Helldivers made money hand over fist with their $40 game. So it's just, it seems crazy to just all of a sudden be like, nope, we need $100 game right here, right now. And that's going to save the industry. That just doesn't make any sense to me.
I agree.
So
Walding?
I have two paths. One path being your first question, which is these gaming journalist sites inoculating the public to this price hike. I totally agree with what Matt just said. I know that isn't very exciting, but yes, I think these like PC Gamer, Kotaku, I think that they're in the bag a bit for these video games. And also, they probably get them all for free too. The people that work at these
Oh,
places, they
100.
probably don't have to go
Definitely.
out and pay for this. So that's one part. I do think that they're kind of preparing the pavement for this drive. And then on the other side of things, all three of us would pay $100 for GTA. I would. I know you two would too. There's no question. But not every game is GTA. So I don't want to pay $100 for a new Assassin's Creed game, which Assassin's Creed would definitely hike their prices up to match that. It's the quality of the game that makes the difference for me in the price, not the fact that it is frankly just a game. Anyway, that's my rant. I just got a little sweaty.
That's a good point. And I mean, I would consider $100 as long as I can get the physical copy. Like honestly, like I'm with you, Dan. Paying an insane amount of money for these digital games is so mind-boggling to me. I know we've gone on our physical media crusade on this podcast, kind of led by me. I don't know why, but I feel so strongly about it. And to know that probably a lot of the sales coming up, unfortunately, are going to be all digital. So they should factor that in. Like, come on, it's going to be a digital only era. Why not? Why bump it up? Like, who is that money going to go to for real? So
it goes to the
physical
CEO.
media. Yeah,
Exactly. That's exactly where it goes. They cut their staff and then they just pocket the money and they take it home. And it's really unfortunate.
Yep.
So
That's
I don't
what
know.
will save the video game industry. That regulation of how much a CEO can make. That's what I'm saying.
yeah.
No, that
And
would
I don't
probably
think it's up to the players to save the industry. You know what? It's up to the industry to save itself. Make better games, get better tools, make things a little bit more efficient. Don't blame the users of the software and stuff like that and try and pull more money out of us because you already are. It doesn't stop. It's almost like Fortnite in a way where it's like, oh, they got battle pass. Oh, they got 4 battle passes. Oh, they've got all of these skins. No, they've got music. Oh, they've got shoes. It doesn't stop. They keep finding little ways to make us spend more money and ask for. Of course, I don't, but it's there and it's just annoying and it won't stop. And I feel like these big guys don't have the problem. GTA doesn't need to ask for the money because GTA doesn't have the problem. And if these smaller guys have the problem, that's on them, But I feel like all of the people are like nudging, Take-Two and Rockstar being like, hey, you do it, go for it. They're sending signals.
They
This
just
is
need
a
one
message.
to do it to break the dam, which is what they want to have happen.
Exactly. And this article isn't really necessarily intended for us. It's intended for, Rockstar saying, hey guys, this is what you should do. It's just, what? And no one stands up for the little guy, which is like us and who have to actually pay these costs. And it just pisses me off.
Yeah. That's why the indie industry is popping off. That's just, you don't
I
have to
agree.
worry about those types of things, which is like, it's just too bad where the triple A is at. It's just, it's a head shaker.